Yeah, just waking up in the morning in a new world. I'll be honest with you, I just wanna explore. And when I think about it, makes me wanna do more. So let's get down to it, mind or the creatures of the night just wanna see me fail. Yeah right, they're better off trying to freeze hell. Some of us play for the thrill ride, and others play just to build high. But I do it for the blocks most people only dream of. Every time I fall, it's only making my pick strong. And I'll be in the mind with my pick, baby, till the end or till you hear the sound of my tool breaking. Until Herobrine casts a spell that'll send you to the depths of hell. Until you spawn at home, what you gonna do now? Take my pick and my sword, gonna search until I'm bored. Give me coal, dig this hole, and that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. I am a miner. Here comes the miner. And that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. And if I can last with mobs around, there's no reason you should ever have your health down. 2 blocks high and my skin is kinda brown, hailing from the bedrock 60 blocks below the ground. And the sun is going down, I need to get in somewhere fast. And now I'm yelling, where's my pick at? It's gonna take a couple left clicks and my right hand for the mobs to see I'm not the one who's got it bad. Until Herobrine casts a spell that'll send you to the depths of hell. Until you spawn at home, what we gonna do now? Take my pick and my sword, gonna search until I'm bored. Give me coal, dig this hole, and that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. I am a miner. I am a miner.
Okay, I'll be quiet, my bad.
And that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. What we gonna be? What we gonna be? What we gonna be? Now tell them what we gonna be, y'all. What we gonna be? What we gonna be? What we gonna be, y'all. What we gonna be? If you fall, pick yourself up off the floor. Get up. And when your armor can't take no more, come on. And just remember what you're mine for, 'cause I know I'm for sure. Take my pick and my sword, gonna search until I'm bored. Give me coal, dig this hole, and that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. I am a miner. Here comes the miner. And that's when it came to me. Suddenly, amazingly, I am a miner. Until Herobrine casts a spell that'll send you to the depths of hell. Until you spawn in your bed, what we gonna do now?
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I'm skidding and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something millis up with so I've been told. All in the prime and just ain't even find a form. They knock me down, but still my feet don't find a form. I went from review straight out to shoulder toes. Try to survive, but trust I'm ready for the war. Whoa, this is how the story goes. Whoa, I guess this is how the story goes. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I'm skidding and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice, I'm just cold. 40-something millions up the soul, I've been told. From the screen to the ring, to the bend, to the sea. With my crown, that's my bling, always drama when I ring. See, I believe that if I see it in my heart, not through the ceiling, 'cause I'm reaching for the stars. Whoa, this is how the story goes. Whoa, I guess this is how the story goes. I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know snow shots skidding and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice on this cold. 40-something really shot the show I've been told. All in the thick of it, everybody knows. You know where the snow shots skidding and they froze. I don't know nothing but no ice on this cold. 40-something really shot the show I've been told. This is how the story goes. I guess this is how the story goes.
So worrying? One second. I was right in the middle of eating something. My bad. Hello and welcome. It's been a minute, everybody. How's it going, gang? I've been sick for a minute and then I got busy with work. I was supposed to do this 2-3 weeks ago. That's okay. Just gave me more time to prepare, more time to set this up. This is big news, alright? I don't know if you realize this, but here on this channel, we like to cover, like, the hot new stuff. What's new, you know, what's fresh. I know everybody, you know, recently has been, like, keeping up with, like, oh, what happened with the election, or, you know, what's been happening in the new drama sphere, what did Mr. Beast do again? As much as all that stuff is hot, new, and important, I feel like there's things that are much more relevant to today's discussion that the majority just don't want to talk about. Talk about Skydoesminecraft. I feel like anybody here who's watching would know that Sky is such a hot topic nowadays. I mean, we just look here. Let me pull this up for you. Just take a look at his Google Trends. What a crazy, what a fucking hot topic this has been recently. Of course, this is within the Americas here, the United States. If we look at related topics, it's related to life and death. A breakout of both, apparently. I mean, I guess if we look worldwide, maybe we'll get a more easy. Oh, look. Oh, there's 3 bumps now. That's big. 3 bumps related to life, Reddit, and oh, nobody. Nobody. Who's that? Well, we're going to be getting into all of this, of course, because I find that these are the important topics that nobody brings up. So I'm going to give you the hot news on the new story that Skydoesminecraft, aka Nobody, which I'll explain in a minute, has a new album coming out, and I have the leaks. But before we get into that, just a couple things here. First, let me change a background that will be easier to throw images on top of. Some dirt. Hope you like looking at this for the next 20 minutes. Let's see what I got here. I got a new banner. It looks so nice. Look at that. Woo! It looks really good. I have one of my friends, actually one of my co-hosts, when I usually do the Dark Souls streams, even though he hasn't been here for, a month or 2 now. Anyways, he drew this. Looks really nice, very pretty. I'm happy about it. He's an amazing artist. However, this dumbass didn't realize when I commissioned this from him that there are specific dimensions you need to make your banner for it to properly fit. There also needs to be a limit on the file size. It also needs to be a specific file type. All 3 of which he got wrong. So I had to do with a little editing and a little, you know, switcheroo here. This is what most people will see anyways, but of course there's different formats for every view. If you're on the phone, you're really only going to see kind of like the middle section. Computers kind of see the full thing right here, but on TVs, there's a whole top and bottom section that needs to be filled. So I did it. I filled it myself. And this is what it looks like. We've got the top here, you know, very well edited, I must say. We got credit to him, of course. On the bottom, this is the transcript of the Daniel Larson Linky meltdown. Maybe one day I'll cover that, but very interesting. I would recommend checking it out for sure. And, you know, on the top, I feel like at the very least, if someone has to see this fucking abysmal format, that I would at least, you know, shout them out. So for all of you that don't know, it's BHuman11 on Sketchfab. That's how I can shout my buddy out. If we look at this here, oh shoot, I need to take this. How do I hit that? Oh god, this and this. Nope, now we're just, bam! Found it eventually. BHuman11 on Sketchfab. You can see there's a lot of posts that he's put out since making this account, so be sure to follow him on the hot new art that he'll make. I'm sure something will come soon, and this channel just won't be fucking inactive for the next months till he makes a new one. But you know, it is what it is. Go get the man. To be completely fair though, like all news aside, he's a really good artist. He made like the profile picture for my second channel. He's been trying to build up an art portfolio. He's been studying for years, ever since I've known him. So yeah, eventually I think he made a Fiverr, but he didn't give me the link. So whenever I can get something, I would like to allow you guys to have the opportunity to potentially get some art from him, because he's a really artsy guy. Very, very talented, very good. All right, let's get to what y'all here for. Skydoesminecraft. Now this is a lovely image of fan art from back in the day. It says Sky and Deadlocks, but who is Sky, you might ask? Skydoesminecraft, as the name implies, he was a Minecraft YouTuber back in the day. Very popular, one of the most popular for his time. Known primarily for kind of coming in early on the scene and incorporating a lot of humor into his videos. He would have like mod packs, he would have let's plays, and he'd really mess with humor. He actually did RuneScape beforehand, so you know, positive rep for that. But what many people don't know is he actually has a music career. His music career was under the name of Net Nobody. It may not be well known, but I can guarantee you it's definitely worth the listen. He's a very talented artist, making diss tracks with KSI, which, you know, if you heard the song earlier in the intro, you tell where that would go. Can only go up from there, right? So Sky hasn't really made music in a while. In fact, he hasn't been on the internet in a while, and we will get to that. There's a lot to cover in terms of Sky, his history, some allegations. We're going to read a document. We're going to go into all of it. But I think first, the best thing I can do for those who are already aware is to show what's hot and new on the stove. And what is new is that Skydoesminecraft has released a new album. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't allow you guys to listen to at least a part of it. It hasn't been released yet. I keep saying it's released. I'm sorry. It's all done. He's ready to send it out. However, the unfortunate truth is he's been kind of like a little bit hesitant because he's been going through a lot of backlash in the past few years. Allegations of physical abuse, mental, emotional abuse to not just his wife, but to his dog, his family, his kids, his friends, everybody. He's been under a lot of stress. Deadlocks, you know, him and Deadlocks, they used to be quite an amazing couple, but it feels like, you know, maybe it's not going to go the full way. Deadlocks threw him under the bus too back when these allegations were surfacing. Now, I think it's only fair that we give him a fair shake. He wants to come back to the music industry, and he said that this album, it's gonna be bringing him in, all the allegations. He's gonna address them all. He's gonna come out with the full truth. Now, unfortunately for Sky, but fortunate for us, I actually got a leak to one of the first songs that will be playing on his new album. And I thought, you know what, why not I share it to you guys, the audience, give you the hot new information. So let me just pull this up for you. Now the album name, although this might be a work in progress, I believe he's calling it Wife Beater. Not sure why it's called that. It might be a play on words. Maybe it's a meta irony of how he's been called a wife beater, but he probably hasn't done it. We have to be fair, right? These are only allegations. So here, let's just take this away and this, and let me pull this up for you, and we'll just give this a listen, and I'll just let it play.
There, yo, it's not nobody, aka Skydoesminecraft. Let's do this shit. I've been over my knees. Better respect me. All I do is smoke weed and leave a dog out to freeze. You may know me for loving that butter, but when I'm not on the craft, I'm using the cutter. I'm emotionally damaged, but I think I can manage. Bleed on her when she tries to bandage me. Bitch, make me a sandwich. All my exes are hoes. They be cheaters, they be liars. They just jealous of my fame. My watch my shit on story fire. I hate all the slander, I still hate squids. Fuck you and Lisa, just let me see my kids. I'll bend her over my knees, better respect me. All I do is smoke weed and leave your dog out to freeze. Tried to get me canceled, but these bitches can't ban me. Please give me $200 for drugs and candy. Oh, I'm sorry bitch, did I upset you? Laugh at your ass in a voice message, cause I don't respect you. Yeah, it's true, I beat her dog, I can't lie, but I can't help it, I'm autistic and she has sex with KSI. I'm high as a kite, I'm on the top of life, I'm the CEO of beating my wife. I'll bend her over my knees, better respect me. All I do is smoke weed and leave her dog out to freeze.
Well, that's an interesting song, Sky. I'm not sure how the rest of the album is gonna play out, but you know, I'm glad you're coming out with the truth. CEO of beating your wife. That's an interesting line, but it's catchy. You know, I dig it. I think you guys do too. You know, it's got a catchy tune. I don't know if he's referring to his wife Deadlocks or to his wife Elisa, who has custody over his children. It's, you know what? I think the net nobody comeback is real. I think this is gonna really turn it around for him. And you know, I had to bring in some other people for this because to be fair, I can play guitar, I like music, but I'm not an expert. And I felt like if we're really gonna review this album, right, we need to bring somebody in who really has that taste in music and just gets it. So who better than Brad Taste in Music? I reached out to Brad, contacted him, and I wanted to get his opinion on this, you know, get a live reaction, potentially get something to kind of get a gauge. What does he think? Oh, whoops, 1 second, sorry, I almost played the song again. But I wanted to get a opinion from a professional like Brad. Brad Taste in Music, he's very well renowned and known for his opinions on music, reacting to it live. Very, very great guy. And you know what? He was like, all right, Walter, you know, I see you, I hear you. This is a good opportunity for both of us. So, he decided this was about a few weeks ago or a few months. I kind of forget. And this, I believe, is how it started out when he decided that he was going to react to it.
I, under no circumstance, can listen to this album right now because I am not safe in my own home, and I really can't describe much else.
Uh-oh. What happened? Brad, what's wrong, Brad? Seems like Brad isn't doing too hot. Nah, if you've been keeping up with Brad at all in the recent years, despite being someone who's been relatively respected in the music side of YouTube, it seems like in the drama sphere, he's been going through a bit of a mental break, not doing well. Voice, I guess he's not safe in his own home. It's got to be really distressing. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to listen to the full album, is what I would say if I did this stream 2 weeks ago. But fortunately for us, Brad here, he graduated from rehab. Bradley, we're proud of you, Bradley. Everybody, you need to clap for this man. He's getting through it, guys. He's beating it. He's beating the depression. He's beating the drugs. He's beating it all. He's making it where he needs to. So, because of that, you know, after this few week period while I've been sick, wasn't able to do the previous stream, you know, Brad going through some tough times, wasn't safe in his home, but now he's able to actually listen to the song. So we actually got a new recording up here. So it was very recently of Brad reacting to this new kind of leak, and we'll see what he thinks about it.
Know me for loving that butter, but when I'm not on the craft, I'm using the cutter. I'm emotionally damaged, but I think I can manage. Bleed on her when she tries to bandage me. Bitch, make me a sandwich.
How long has it been since there's been an album like this that does it this well, dude? It's breaking me. It's breaking me. It's so beautiful. I'm fucking losing it. It's like so pretty.
Fuck you, Elisa, just let me see my kids. I'll bend her over my knees. Better respect me.
I think that really moved Brad. You know, he does have that Brad taste in music. Look at that man. That looks like the man of a music opinion that I would respect. It brought him to tears. Brought him to tears. It was that emotional for him. Man, what a moving song. You know, I think I have to agree with Brad. I think this song is really the direction moving forward for Sky, for the music industry as a whole. I'm impressed. I'll have to say it. I'm impressed with what he's been able to pull off. Good on you, Sky, and thank you, Brad, for listening to the music and, you know, just allowing yourself to be vulnerable on the internet and showing your true emotions. Very happy about that. Let's bring Sky back. But yeah, that's the new leak. Hope y'all appreciate it. What a long segment. Let me pull this. Oh shit, wrong thing. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, be sure to look at, you know, even though he's not really known by his name as much, just keep it on the radar. Net Nobody, the new album Wife Peter, coming out soon. Don't know when, but soon. Just heard the first song, and he's gonna be covering it all of the drama, the allegations, and everything. He's gonna cover it in full. And you know, for one, I'm very excited about this. You know, so is Brad. That's just fire. So what are we gonna do now? That was my my little introduction segment. Hope you enjoyed. But what I actually want to do is, I think if you've come on my stream a few days ago, I believe, I said how I've been kind of I've been looking into like old Minecraft YouTubers and their past controversies and meltdowns and all these things, and I've been working on a video where I want to kind of like look into these things. I've looked into Basher already. I kind of have my segment done on him for like a full-length video, so we're good there. The next one on my list was Sky, and I've looked into Sky quite a few times, but the issue with Adam, which Sky is also known by, is a lot of the, I guess, allegations and the things surrounding him. I haven't gotten to look into the full details of it, but it's kind of hard for me to get an actual, like, full picture on what happened. With Basher, the more the story continued, the more you kind of get an indicator of what's happening or what's likely happening. When you get to Lion Maker, which we've also talked about here and will be the last part of the video, Lion Maker, it's it's like, are you even going to be as skeptical of what that guy's done? I mean, like, I could break it down. First, you've got him asking Lion Maker, and sorry, just for people who aren't aware, Lion Maker is a YouTuber, was a YouTuber who in fact, oh my goodness, you know what? We're gonna do a light segue from here. While I'm gonna look this up while I'm putting this together, because I was gonna get right in the Sky, but Lion Maker, someone I've looked into extensively, and he's one of those people where it's pretty cut and dry when you look at his whole history. And I totally forgot to add this was gonna be a segment. Fuck! I totally forgot. Let me pull this up. 1 second. Segue. Total fucking squirrel moment here. So, okay, let me just break it down for you. In fact, do I have an image of Lion Maker? Let me see if I can just pull one up real quick. Lion Maker. Let's look at who are we looking at here? This guy. Let's see. Sorry about that. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Oh, this is a great image. All right, let me move this over here and just zoom in on this bad boy. And then let me switch the monitor over to this. Then we'll get in the sky. My bad. This was literally supposed to be like one of the segments, and then I totally spaced on it. It's like 2 weeks ago I was putting this together. Let me do this and this. There we go. So there's our boy. There's our boy Lion Maker. Anyways, Lion Maker, what is he known for? Well, he would kind of make videos similar to Stampy Longnose, kind of kid-friendly Minecraft content. He'd even play with a lot of his fans in the videos. But then he had this issue where he was selling merch of children's underwear with his character on it. And then he had a challenge for the children called Shake Your Booty for Lion Maker, where he would ask them to send videos of them shaking their butts with the merch underwear on. Just right in front of the screen. I don't know how that didn't immediately set off red flags for everyone. I kind of have to give him credit for basically being able to get away with, like, mass production of CP at that point. That's wild. I don't know how he did it, but that was the first thing. Then allegations come with Keemstar when he was sexting a 14-year-old, I believe, or 15, 6, somewhere, something underage, asking for nudes. The mother got a hold of the phone and was asking Lion Maker, hey, why are you asking this? This is kind of weird. And then Lion Maker with the big brain, you know, the mother states that, hey, I'm the mother of the child you're trying to get nudes from. What are you doing? And Lion Maker's big brain response is, oh, this is just the child trying to act as if they're the mother. This is hot. I'm going to do this like it's a fetish thing. And he just kept asking for him with the mother with the phone in hand. So that gets exposed. Then later, there's other people that come out, some other people, other YouTubers, other children saying he's trying to get nudes from them on Skype, all these allegations. Then he admits that he was dating Paige the Panda, who was a 16-year-old girl. When people were giving him mass shit for it, his solid reaction was to post nudes of her asshole online, which is, child CP. I don't really care about YouTube's thing. Child porn. That's what it is. And he was arrested for 10 months for, the distribution of it, posting it publicly. What an interesting fucking... How do you... Okay, you're getting accused of being a pedophile and dating a 16, 15-year-old girl. And he was about 27, 28 at the time. What is your response when that happens? Post pictures of her asshole on my Twitter. But all of his defense, I was hacked. Even though I sent a screenshot of it and the background of the image is my computer, so it's obviously me. I did get arrested for it, charged for it. Now he's been off the internet like on and off, right? But let me bring this up here. Now, not this, sorry. This is what we're going to be doing earlier on. I have like 15 tabs open right here. So recently, this was 8 days ago. All that information I gave you, that's about like 7 years old, just so you know. Like, this is pretty old news. It's been around there for a while. Lion Maker's tried to come back, time and time again. He always gets banned, he always gets kicked off, he'll disappear, but somehow he always peeks his head back on the internet. He just can't stay away. He's like a parasite. Despite everything he's done, and he's still to this day trying to defend that this isn't what he did. And he always has a different reason for it. And he ends up on the H3H3 Discord member server. Not sure why, but that's where he ended up. This was October 25th, 2024. We'll just let this play out to an extent. I think I'll kind of go to certain parts, but here, let me just crop this properly right here. There we go. So yeah, this video is tough to watch. Please only watch if you're prepared to see a pathetic pedophile try to get sympathy from a room of stranger. This is what always happens with him. He's always trying to get sympathy from this shit. So this took place October 25th in the H3 members Discord. And make sure that volume's up, and we'll just kind of go through this a little bit.
Yeah, when you met.
Well, I'm asking.
Okay, if I got to be completely honest, completely transparent,
Completely,
the
yeah.
first time I ever talked to her, she was 14.
I'm
but-
out.
And you were
Ooh.
25?
No. So this is what you got to understand is that like it wasn't intimate at all. It's just that we were doing the whole YouTube thing, and I was doing my
The
videos.
whole grooming thing, or
No.
What's the whole YouTube thing?
So I think his defense right here is that, like, again, he's just trying to normalize that he was making videos with a 14-year-old girl. He met her when he was 14, doing the YouTube thing together. Why do you have a YouTube, even if it's not a relationship, why do you even have, like, a YouTube companionship with a 14-year-old girl at your age? So just for reference, I'm 23. He was older than me at this time, I believe. He was either 23 or older at this point. When she's 13, he was much older than her. Because when she was 16, he was 27 or 28. This is an 11 to 12 year age gap we're talking about. So if she was 14, he would have been 25, 26, I believe. So a 25, 26-year-old man, again, defending himself here, even if you're trying to take him with the best faith possible, why are you making videos with a 14-year-old, buddy?
Hold on. Wait, hold on. I got one important question. How did Keemstar find out about you? That's my question. Why did Keemstar make a video about you?
Okay. So this is the thing.
Great question.
Is that, like, I wasn't necessarily, like, interacting with her, but I knew of her.
Wait, that's not what he said earlier, is it? Hold on, I need to back up on that. I haven't seen this whole thing. I've seen parts of it, so I kind of... So he's saying he only, like, knew of... He's trying to now walk it back like he only knew of her?
The first time I ever talked to her, she was 14.
Okay, so he talked to her when she was 14. That's what he said initially.
So this is the thing.
Great question.
Is that, like, I wasn't necessarily, like, interacting with her, but I knew of her.
What?
No, I guess it was the opposite. She was a fan of me.
He was a fan of you.
The dots just all connected. So how did it get to Keemstar though? You didn't answer. Okay, so she was a fan. Were you a famous YouTuber?
Let me see if I can find the part that's important here.
Finding out, like,
What, for posting Minecraft videos?
It's like, it's not, you didn't put yourself in a corner.
No, you can
like an
find me.
argument,
You
you
can
can't fight.
Google me. Not my current name, obviously, but you could find and you could Google me. If
No.
I told you what.
but I guess the most important question is like, what's the part of the follow-up? Like, what has happened since? Have you received help? Like, is this an ongoing thing? Like,
Okay.
I don't understand why you would bring
Actually,
it.
let me just do this instead. Sorry, I don't know the full thing. I don't want to waste your guys' time. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna bring this in. So here is where I found it. It was Drama Alert posting that he returns to the internet in a Discord call. And so this was the most important part. This was essentially his defense for either whether it was dating, have a relationship with Paige the Panda, talking to her back in the day. And I believe it's them asking why, like, basically, how could you defend yourself, or how is it that, like, you didn't have a relationship with her or abuse her? And this is his solid defense.
No.
You know, you were born with terrible.
No.
you know.
This is the biggest misconception, is that the only reason I was attracted to her was because of, like, circumstance, right? Because this is something that I've talked over and over and over and over. Like, I'm actually
With a professional?
Yeah.
Or
With
just
a
on the
professional.
internet? Okay.
No. I don't know if this is gonna help, but I'm actually gay. Like, I actually prefer to be with a guy, and the fact that she was.
Is he trying to say that she was young and looked like a guy? Like, what's the implication here? She was what?
No.
So his bulletproof defense, guys, we may have thought for 8 years now that Lion Maker was a pedophile and that he groomed this girl, Paige the Panda. But he couldn't have, because he was gay. Because he likes guys. Despite the fact, what I love about this, if you actually look into the allegations, like the individual allegations of people saying that, like, they were groomed by him, quite a number of them were boys. So, you know, even if you take him at his best faith here, saying, okay, Lion Maker, I understand. You're not you weren't attracted to Paige or whatever, or you didn't groom her or whatever, but So you're just a gay pedophile? Like, what's the... Anyways, that small segment, long story short, he got banned from the H3 Discord server. We haven't really heard anything from him since, but I do think it was really funny that even in 2024, like 8 years later after this shit, he's still here. Calming Ballinger flashbacks. Hugo, yeah, no, I agree. I see it. It is rough. Oh man. All right, let's set this up. Anyways, that's our small Lion Maker update there. I really can't wait. Like I will tell you guys, I'm very there's a lot, like whenever I make videos on this channel, it's not often, right? Like I post once a year at this point, but I'm always super like excited. And when it comes to the Minecraft YouTuber stuff, it's been super fun. Like the Basherverse story, there's so many twists and turns. And like initially I actually even wanted to do a live stream watching his documentary and reacting to it and doing stuff like that, you know, but at the same time, I feel like it's better if it'll be in a video format. I think it'll just be more transformative. It'll be more informational. The reason I wanted to do Skydoesminecraft specifically is because, like I said, with Lion Maker, it's pretty cut and dry. Like, as much as some people try to say, oh, you know, allegedly, that's just a legal thing. Like, Keemstar will say, like, he's an alleged pedophile. He has to use that term legally because, I believe that Lion Maker did try in the past to sue Drama Alert for defamation. He even tried to sue the mother of the daughter that he was trying to get nudes from. Like, this guy's unhinged. So for a lot of people, when they talk about him, they say, you know, allegedly, it's not that like there's actual nuance to it or anything. No, it's just a legal thing. But like for Lion Maker, pretty cut and dry, pretty much guaranteed. Basher, there's a bit more like contention between, was he a pedophile, was he this or that, was what happened to him justified, what was going on. There's a lot of twists and turns in that story, but I believe with the research I did, I've kind of come to a pretty fair conclusion, I think, and I have that all written out. But Sky is one that it's very tough for me because I definitely don't think he's innocent, but the issue is, at least with the other stories with Lion Maker and with Basherverse, there's a lot more substantial evidence that corroborates or backs up a lot of the claims that are made against those guys. When it comes to Sky, and you'll kind of see this, which is why I wanted to go through it in a live stream format, Sky, for all the jokes I make about, oh, he's a wife beater, this or that, there's definitely something off with him, but it's a lot of testimonials, and there's not, at least from what I've seen, there's not a lot of substantial evidence. And that's why I kind of wanted to go through like a bit of it today on live with you guys so that we can actually look through, see, you know, maybe you all have a like perspective that I'm not seeing here. So there's a video, I have it all linked down to Jay Aubrey. He made a pretty good, I've seen it quite a few times. I've watched through it. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're going to go through segments. And then when we get to the point where it's just so you guys get a background of Sky and stuff. And then when we get to the actual allegations that come forth, I think it would be best if we pull up the actual document and just go over it and look at what's there, what is actually being said, what is being corroborated, does it match up with anything else we've seen up to this story. So I thought that'd be fun. So, well, let's see. Dogpack is on the opposite spectrum. Yeah, that's true. Two radicals, two sides of the same coin, right? And D's nuts saying the fact that people like this exist makes me scared for my own newborn son. Sick freaks. It is true. I think when it comes to the issues with the internet, especially I'd say streamer culture, the not just parasocial, but like the ease of access, the difference between like celebrities and e-celebs is that at least with celebrities, typically there was always some form of a barrier. Like if anything, they couldn't be contacted by their fans directly because that'd be dangerous, right? So even though the Hollywood's still messed up, there's still things that happen for sure. But I believe like when it came to like an individual level, you wouldn't see as much of this, especially with young kids. With e-celebs, I mean, look at how many of these people have meltdowns. It's probably why I want to make this video. Look at everyone on my screen here. Sky, Lion Maker, Brad Taste in Music, Basherverse. Recently, there's been Review Tech USA. All these guys, they're not actually like super talented people. Like they're all normal people. Me, I'm not a talented, like amazing, like, you know, I'm not like a super skilled we're just normal fucking people. And so when you put normal people, oftentimes mentally ill people too. Brad Taste of Music admits he's mentally ill. Sky, we'll see through this documentary, very mentally ill. That's just one of those things where I think you have mentally ill people who suddenly get a following, and because the internet was so new, there wasn't really a lot of like rules or regulations that separated fans and the creators that interacted with them. So I think that's kind of why there's those scary things. So I would say for your son, man, like the best thing you can do is, from my perspective, is just kind of be like active in their life and just be aware. I don't think it's worth completely barring them from the internet, from not being able to experience things, but just being aware, you know? Just not neglectful. I mean, the whole fucking generation of iPad kids we see nowadays is insane. And it's kind of sad. It's sad, you know? But like, I just, you go outside and you see a stroller and there's 2 iPads in a kid's hand and a phone in their mouth, and they're just scrolling on TikTok, and parents are just not even like interacting with it. I really think it's not that we need to completely censor the internet and make it where we can't say anything or see anything, and it's really comes down to just parents being involved in their kids' lives. I really think that's what it comes down to, and I believe if you do the best to set that example, to be active, to even get interested, you know, maybe they watch a YouTuber or they watch a show you're not super into, but you get involved in it, you know, like you spend time with them, and you're able to form that bond where they trust you and they trust your judgment when you have to set those boundaries. I think that's the best, ultimately, what we can do. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. Let's see here. This video, like I said, Minecraft horror story. This is by Jay Aubrey. It's all linked down if you want to see the whole thing. We're going to go through this part right here. We're going to skip kind of the intro. He just talks about Minecraft YouTubers, stuff like that. We're just going to get Sky's story, and then we're going to stop it all the way up to the allegations. So that's about 20-30 minutes of the video. And then we're going to get into the document itself and really just dig deep as much as we can. So, here we go.
Welcome to the first episode of Sky Does Minecraft. Alright. I've been getting a lot of people telling me, hey Sky, you should
Here, I can turn this up, my bad.
So I did, I bought it, and let's play.
Sky Does Minecraft, currently known on YouTube as Sky Does Everything, is a non-binary online gaming personality and former animator who once boasted over 12 million subscribers at the peak of their career towards the late 2010s. Once the most subscribed Minecraft channel and the second most subscribed gaming channel on all of YouTube, since 2017, Sky has...
Okay, I need to add that. When I look at my screen, I'm like, I don't like when streamers do this. I need to add something. Give me 1 second. We need the live reaction feed here. Hold on. Let me add an image. Let's see here. What can we do for the react photo? I've got a lot of images here. Let's see. What's good here? So I always feel bad when something's not there, because there are going to be segments of this for sure where I'm not going to have much input, or, you know, there's going to be no need to really speak over what Aubrey's saying. They're definitely, like, I think it's a good video, but like I said, I've watched it a few times. I do think there's certain points where he doesn't quite get on the, like, I think it's maybe not balanced enough, or maybe I just have a different perspective from like what he's portraying. So there's definitely going to be stuff like that. Let me see, what can I like this image. There we go. There it is. There's my live react feed. Go buy my gamer subs. I'm sponsored. Totally. There we go. Live reaction. That's what I look like IRL. It's the closest you get to me anyways. Alright, let's continue.
seen a net loss of about
non-binary love representation. I actually didn't even know that he was, but I guess they are, you know? That's whatever.
Of those subs over the course of a massive rebrand and a wave of severe abuse and neglect allegations that have tainted the reputation of the once family-friendly Minecraft entertainer. Born on January 17th, 1993, Adam Dahlberg experienced a rocky adolescence.
Wait, why is it always Minecraft people? Always has been. I mean, it depends. Now, to be fair, this is actually kind of a take I have when it comes to, like, it's always the Minecraft, like, the Minecraft YouTubers are pedophiles. I mean, for me, it is a game that naturally attracts a lot of younger creators, or a lot of younger people. So, you know, and there's naturally going to be content that's catered towards kids. So, and like I said, people making YouTube videos is a bit different from a network or from, like, a genuine celebrity. These are just random people. So they could be anyone. They could have any sense of morality. So, like, you definitely got to be careful with that. But on top of that, I do think there's a lot of modern Minecraft people who get a lot of, like, actual false allegations. People I don't even like. Like, I don't like Dream. I'm not really a big George Not Found fan. But you looked into their history, and it turns out that the allegations were either exaggerated or there was no substantial proof, or that, like, it was completely falsified. So I think there is kind of a negative stigma of, like, I don't even think it's really a Minecraft YouTuber thing. I think it's just an internet thing. This has kind of always been an internet issue ever since, you know, because the internet just isn't as properly regulated, and it's like there's pros and cons to it, you know. So I think that's kind of where it comes down to.
Growing up in Washington State, with both parents out of the picture and an adopted mother hooked on OxyContin when Adam was still very young. On top of issues at home, Adam weighed around 300 pounds, was routinely picked on at school, and shunned from many social circles, as stated in interviews.
I was like the really fat kid in the back of the class that nobody would talk to because I looked weird. Because there was so much crazy going on in my home life, I wound up taking to the internet.
With a lack of parental support combined with being a social outcast, Adam was drawn further into the internet, passing time with...
Yeah, so I'll probably bring up some notes too here whenever we're going through this, because I think there's a few things that could be broken down, but, like, because I think a lot of these will go into the allegations of potentially either supporting or maybe going against them. But I think, like, the first few things we probably got to put together here is for Adam, he had, like, what was it, a divided household? Let me make sure I get this right.
Cotton State with 3. Adam Dahlberg experienced a rocky adolescence growing up in Washington State, with both parents out of the picture and an adopted mother hooked on OxyContin when Adam was still very...
Okay, even worse. Okay. So, both parents gone, drug addicted, basically stepmother or something like that, or not stepmother, like a adopted mother. There. So you've got that. Also brought up he was overweight and depressed, didn't fit in. Yeah, you gotta love when the odds are stacked against you.
On top of issues at home, Adam weighed around 300 pounds, was routinely picked on at school, and shunned from many social circles, as stated in interviews.
I was like the really fat kid in the back of the class that nobody would talk to.
When you play Minecraft, prepare for the P. Diddy players. Dream has entered that party circle. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, like, these guys are completely, and I'm just saying, like, it's not just, like, to say it's just Minecraft YouTubers. I mean, not many people really go into it, but, like, if you think Minecraft YouTubers is bad as far as catering to kids or being, you know, maybe, bro, Roblox as a game, Fortnite, these are all games that, you know, cater towards much younger audiences, and oftentimes the creators that are in them, like, they're you know, adults, and typically not the most stable people, as you could imagine. So when you put those things together, it's not painting a great picture now, is it?
Because I looked weird. Because there was so much crazy going on in my home life, I wound up taking to the internet.
With a lack of parental support combined with being a social outcast, Adam was drawn further into the internet, passing time with games of Minesweeper and Pinball, but it wasn't long until Adam became notably obsessed with RuneScape.
Yeah!
This was also around the time Adam became interested in smoking marijuana, and by
No! RuneScape, woo! Weed, aw, shit, okay. So, we'll put a positive in here. Played RuneScape. That's a bonus, but then immediately after that, Now, weed itself isn't bad inherently, okay? It can be right, but if you're starting weed at a young age, or if you're smoking to escape from things, that's let me read right there. That's smoking weed at a young age. That's not good. Uh-oh.
Was shipped off to a Christian getaway camp and subsequently stopped smoking for a bit. According to Adam, weed never
took over my life or anything. It was just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, I smoke.
I know a lot of people where it's really taken over their life.
Yeah, I mean, dabs, dude. Like, dabs.
That is crazy too. That's a scene right there.
Dabs can get intense, man.
That's actually okay. So not accusing him of anything, of course, but something I see as a pattern of behavior when it comes to like stoners or weed smokers. Nothing is more of a self-report of you are addicted than like the people who say, "Oh, I'm not addicted to weed. Like it's just something I can get addicted. It's just I just do it." Like whenever it's like shrugged off like that, dude. Almost every time, whenever I hear someone say that, like. I almost assume, I almost immediately assume I'm like, are you not? Or do you not want to admit it? Just to keep in mind for y'all, I was like addicted to weed. Bad. And even I still think of it every day. I'm not going to lie. Fucking, the ganja's great. But I quit, like a few years ago. So, but that's what I noticed even as a young kid, like a lot of the like discourse around it, especially because weed was getting more legalized and accepted, and a lot of people want to say like, oh, you can't get addicted to it, oh, there's not a lot of like negative consequences, and I think a lot of that can attribute, again, if you smoke at a young age and you're easily influenced, like that's going to be a negative no matter what.
Point though, Adam got back into substances as a means to treat depression. I'm not exactly sure when, but it happened. In the meantime, as Adam became more enthralled in the lore of RuneScape, they began to realize just how extensive the community was over on YouTube.
Oh, the lore of RuneScape. The Falador Massacre. There's so man. Maybe one day I just gotta do a stream just talking about RuneScape drama. Because y'all do not know how deep the rabbit hole goes. Like, there were in-game events in RuneScape that literally, like, not in-game events, there were things that happened within the community that became in-game events and, like, canonical to the lore. Just the things that happen with the people interacting with each other. Holy fuck, RuneScape is one of the best games ever made. And, again, this is where, Adam, kindred spirit, RuneScape is our escape.
A website that had just launched the previous year in 2005. This is where Adam finally found a creative outlet, starting a channel dedicated to RuneScape by the name of Jin the Demon. They garnered around 11,000 subscribers before finally launching the renowned Skydoesminecraft in 2011.
There's a lot of them. Okay.
Oh man, I don't know if this is hitting nostalgia for any of y'all, but this was my shit as a kid growing up. Like, this is the shit I watched. Like, Skydoesminecraft, Captain Sparkles, Tobuscus, bro. Tobuscus's modded Minecraft survival let's play when he's in like the snow area and he's got like the double axes and he has like full stacked armor and he's losing to one Enderman and he's screaming. Oh my goodness, he was so funny. I loved like this era of YouTube. It's peak.
See you next episode. Peace.
But even then, it would take about 6 to 8 months before Adam saw any sort of traction, as many large Minecraft creators weren't totally willing to help out such a smaller channel without them first having a bit of clout. But Adam saw a gap in the market. See, 10 years ago, the most popular Minecraft videos were typically mod showcases, but none of the massive creators who dominated the genre had really delved much into the comedy aspect of things, so Adam figured why not make a mod
Pixelmon was
that
huge.
actually made people laugh, and once that was implemented, the rest was history.
Oh god, I'm gonna swim up for what? Hold it, man. No. Whoa. Dude.
Yeah, and he can't even overstate it because like I grew up in this like field of like Minecraft being brand new and seeing like how it was growing on YouTube, and definitely like you were slowly getting into, oh, we're bringing in parodies and we're bringing in some animations, but in the real beginning, like the only videos you saw were survival let's plays and mod showcases, and typically mod showcases were pretty big. I would probably argue because a lot of us, especially me as a stupid kid, we didn't really know how to implement, like, how to do mods. We didn't know how to add it to the thing. Like, I was so stupid, I didn't know how to launch the application for Minecraft on my computer. So I would go on the Minecraft.net website and play it on browser mode, because there was a browser version of Minecraft, if you can believe, where, like, if you would right click for more than 2 seconds, it would open the menu screen, so you couldn't use bows, you couldn't, like, it was a terrible version. But I would play, like, I was so dumb that, like, I couldn't even open that. So seeing people play modded versions of Minecraft or showcasing, like, oh, this is what it looks like, that was pretty big in the beginning. But kind of like what Aubrey said, the lack of comedy, and you wouldn't really see anyone except, like, Adam, like, really was, like, one of the first to implement humor, to implement recurring characters, to kind of, you know, the whole butter phenomenon and everything. I think that was huge. On top of, like, his personality, like, you would have never guessed that Adam was a fat, depressed, drug addicted, you know, bad family life. Like, everyone thought he was just, like, the coolest, happiest guy when he was making videos. That was, like, a huge thing, is that you would have never guessed it.
Pay attention to me. Shut up, Squid. No, I'm supposed to be your friend. Stop it. Ow. Oh, you dick.
Minecraft mod showcase Slenderman, Minecraft explosives mod, Minecraft derpy squid mod. Just like that, Adam began raking in tens of millions of views on the regular.
You're probably wondering, Sky, haven't you done this mod before? Well, actually, I have. But back when I did it, there was only, like, really small features, and for Wanted Weekend, people actually voted this in the top 4 most wanted, you know, mod showcases to do.
This was 2012. Minecraft was super popular, creepypastas were super popular. Why not combine them for a video that gets 5 million views? Then why the hell not make a sequel that gets 7 million views?
Slendy, I swear to God, I swear.
I remember this.
I didn't even want to be your friend anyway.
I mean, Adam knew what they were doing. Minecraft Zombie Apocalypse, 2 million views. More zombies, 4 million.
And then I don't care so much. This is just kind of the rise of, like, what he was doing. We're gonna skip a little bit ahead, but this is, like, him getting into Team Crafted. Back then, this was huge for him.
Founded in February 2012, Team Crafted was a gaming collective consisting of among the biggest movers and shakers in all of Minecraft. First conceived by now former member Deadlocks, the idea for a Minecraft group.
There it is, his boyfriend.
First came to.
We only pull that away. Where's the image? Where'd I put this? There it is. Oh my goodness, look at them. Oh, so cute together. You've always got those, like, those people in a fan base, right? The fandoms that gay ship every character, and it's like... I actually have, like, more images. I only put this one up, bro. There were, like, 20 images I found when I was putting together my segments of, like, Deadlock, Skydoesminecraft, like, ships. It was hilarious, but... yeah, no, going back into this, though, Team Crafted, this was, like, the Avengers of Minecraft. Like, like, you know, like, phase 1 of, like, the MCU, where you're watching Iron Man and then the Hulk, and then you're watching Thor, and then the movie where they all come together. That's like, okay, I was watching Bajan Canadian's Hunger Games series, I was watching Sky's mod showcases, you know, I'm watching, like, Sunny and Sunday and all these other guys, and then all of a sudden they just came together, and it was like, holy shit. That is like a child's, like, dream.
Fruition over a Skype call, with the goal being to combine the audience.
Cause look at, they were all pretty big too, and they all, like, all the same. It gave, like, a sense of community too, and I think that's a big thing too with, like, what a lot of people like is when you have, like, multiple different kind of personalities that come together that can make, like, one collaboration. I mean, it's what I've wanted to do on YouTube, and then it's so hard to make work though. Like, the reality of doing a collaborative project without creative differences or real shit getting in the way. Ugh.
Of huge channels and build an empire of fans from across multiple fan bases.
Oh, there he is, Basher. I heard him. There he is, that watermelon. Oh man. Oh, Basher. Rest in peace.
But I really want your sweater. Is that a sweater? That's a shirt, isn't it?
The earliest recruits consisted of Minecraft Universe, the Beijing Canadian, Pseudo Sorcerer, Sunday, Husky Mudkipper. Fucking names, man. Kermit Plays Minecraft, but perhaps
You respect Kermit Plays Minecraft, god damn it! Making fun of Husky Mudkip, motherfucker. Oh man. Sorry, wait, I'll bring that up later if it's relevant, but here, let me... Sorry, I just hit a wrong tab real quick. Alright, let me open that back up.
member being Adam, who was actually hesitant to join at first, but eventually caved. This was, of course, among several other names who would all come and go as time progressed. It's honestly hard to keep up with the roster at a certain point. The important thing to know is that Team Crafted came with a lot of people and a lot of drama. Almost a comical amount, I have to say, after researching all of this. By 2013, a good handful of members had already left, including Adam's actual ex-fiancée, Dawn, who deleted her entire social media presence once the couple called it quits in June of that year. The group...
I don't know if you'll get into it, but when it came to Dawn, I'm pretty sure, like, when they broke up, I don't know if it was Dawn or the next girl, but I'm pretty sure it was Dawn that, like, when breaking up with him, like, so that she, like, the trade offer for her deleting her social media presence was to essentially... give her like $40,000 in a car or something, or 20,000. Give her a large sum of money and a car, so that like he could keep like so he could keep like his Which it is funny if you watch like the June the King documentary. It paints Sky in a much like positive light of like, oh, that was like a really kind thing of him to do. And I'm like, man, bro. Is that all I have to do to delete my channel? Give me a car and some fucking cash? Okay. Like, that's crazy. So, like, that, you know, do what you gotta do. But, I believe that's what happened between Don and him when things didn't work out, was he offered, for him, that was, like, his way of kind of making amends with people. It was always kind of money or whatever he had at his disposal.
Was kind of falling apart. They needed to do something drastic to stay afloat and keep a healthy stream of content flowing. So they bought a mansion, moving to Encino, California with the aim of working, vlogging, and living together under one roof, accidentally becoming one of the very first content houses. And
oh man, what's funny is I will still see these faces nowadays every now and then, and like no one will remember. Like they look in there like, who is this guy? So, hold on, let me... Sorry, I know a lot of these are side tangents away from the actual point, but you got Beijing Canadian, obviously. Where is he? Where is he? Jerome ASF. And I don't know if any of you ever connected this dot. Let me see if I can find the video. Please. He was in an AFK Arena ad for Assassin's Creed, I believe. Please tell me, or it was Jerome, right? Yeah. Oh man, please tell. Oh no. Can I find it, or is it lost to time? Let me see. No, it's not this one. Darn. So I know it was him. If I find an image later, I'll do like a community post or something. But like this guy right here on the right, he was in this ad, and I remember seeing this like cause you know, like phone ads get spammed on YouTube and shit, and it was during like the AFK Arena Assassin's Creed crossover, and he was like, oh my, and he's in the corner of it, like, you know, with a poor green screen, and it's like all the flashy colors, like, oh my god, guys, no way, Ezio's in AFK Arena, guys, this is actually huge. It was so funny. Oh shit, I found it, hold on. Look, there he is. It's not the video, but I found him. I told you he was in this. My memory is fucking, I know this shit. But yeah, no, like a lot of these guys, you know, they ended up not really having a big following, getting washed up, and you'll find them just in remnants of places, you know. It's like a celebrity that was like maybe big, you know, 20 years ago, and then you see them in like the newest ad or commercial or whatever. It's actually kind of funny seeing all these faces when they're in their prime. Like it's really interesting. Sky did Minecraft, and he's gonna do it again.
very first content houses. And yes, before you ask, that is Post Malone.
Oh yeah, he was there too. Post.
I'm not kidding. Post Malone once made content with Skydoesminecraft and was kind of...
I guess you see, as I was saying, like they're all washed up. Yeah, I guess you see this guy around too nowadays. You know, not a notable figure or anything. Kind of just see him time to time. God damn it.
Honorary member of Team Crafted for a bit.
Listen, I call up when they cry in the crowd all night.
Seems like a pretty talented guy. Maybe.
Yeah, he was really good friends with Minecraft Universe in the group. I remember that.
Yeah, we worked really hard on these skits, and we hope you guys really enjoy them. We had a lot of fun filming them, and
unfortunately,
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like Pink Guy and Joji, like you know, like some of like the biggest like artists like of our generation or of today, like you would look into like, well, where did they come from? And like so many of these, like not so many, but those are two examples of dudes who like were part, like Joji was making just like, you know, stupid meme like YouTube videos that were pretty popular. You've got Post Malone being a part of a Minecraft YouTuber house, and now where they're at, it is crazy to think like, see, not all of them get washed up. I would say all, like everyone else, you never see them around, but you know, there's always those few genuine talents that were a part of the group, and they typically go somewhere.
After hitting their stride in 2014, Team Crafted was a short-lived venture, with
It
feuds
was.
erupting all the time between members. Pseudo Sorcerer even went public in saying he had been kicked from the group with no explanation before their move to California.
If I had to take a guess why he was kicked, I looked into this a little bit. Sado Sorcerer was one of the least populars of the Team Crafted group. And this was, despite it, you know, for most of us just being like, oh, it's just a fun group of friends, right? At the end of the day, it is a business for them. So if one of them isn't doing well or falling off, like, and they're not bringing much to the table, business is business. I'm pretty sure that was kind of the big reason why. Said it, like, I'm sure most of you don't even know who he is. I was super into all these YouTubers, so like I knew of him because of Team Crafted, but even I wasn't really watching him on a personal level. He wasn't as well known as the others.
Directly pinning the blame on Beijing Canadian. This caused a rift between everyone in the community, as according to Cedo, Deadlocks was the only member to fight for his involvement in the group. Adam eventually took to their now defunct Tumblr page to admit their goal was to always push their content away from strictly Minecraft and more towards live skits, vlogs, and music videos. Because Cedo wasn't comfortable with having his name, face, and location plastered all over the internet, he was cut from the group that August. Cedo went on to further invitations from the collective to record, but eventually accepted.
But I don't think that's the full thing, if I'm going to be honest. Like, when you look into it, like, that's definitely a big part. But equally, again, Seto wasn't as relevant of a figure as the other members in Team Crafted. He didn't have as much of a personality on the internet. So they naturally just weren't really going to give him as much of a chance. But I do remember, yeah, they did want to do, like, the big house stuff, but, you know.
Adam's apology and clarified.
I also remember, I think the reason, like, Basher's controversy started, I don't know if it was Team Crafted specifically, but I remember when they were doing a project, like a Minecraft collaboration project, and I'm assuming it was Team Crafted, Adam did background checks on everybody. And when he did a background check on Basherverse, that's when he found out about his conviction, where he was convicted for, I believe it was like oh shoot, let me look it up, hold on. Just so I don't get this wrong here, I don't want to just speak out of my ass. Convicted. Images. Shoot. What was Basherverse's full name? Because I can get that. Arthur or Asher, Brandon Asher, right? Brandon Dylan Asher, and then criminal record or criminal charges, I should say. What was he charged with? first-degree felony for unlawful transactions with a minor under 16 years of age. Ew, that's when okay, sorry, you don't know any of these. I'm so sorry. Here, let me pull up a photo of Basherverse so you can get like some context. I am kind of just assuming people know all the. This was just like, you know, all natural to me. Let me I'll show these images up so you can see. This is this man right here who had, you know, quite an interesting freak out. But this was like his character, and yeah, the issue with Basher. Let me see if I can get the actual Unicourt thing. That's the whole thing. Like I said, this one I already have the story kind of fully ready and prepped to be made a video on. I just want to kind of put everyone together. But yeah, there's Sky right there. So Adam, so what started Basher's controversy was when Adam looked into him and his saw his criminal charge. That's when they started bringing into account like, you know, Brandon, like, you have this charge of like unlawful misconduct with a minor, and then you have your girlfriend. You met her, this girl right here. You met her when she was 17, and then the age of the victim was up in the air. Sometimes they like his stories wouldn't be straight too. Sometimes he was 18. The newspaper said he was 19. I think the actual charges, like the criminal record, said he was 20. The girl's age would go from 16 to 14, and you know, like those numbers mean a huge thing. Like if it's like a 16 and 19-year-old, still gross, but that is different from a 14-year-old and like a 21-year-old, right? Like that's even worse. That's like blatant pedophilia. So like kind of the argument of, is he a pedophile, this or that, that kind of just started spiraling, and then these other people came in with allegation. That was kind of the beginning of the end for Basher, was kind of around this era. And around this time, everyone still had a really good view of Sky, obviously, you know.
With fans, he was back on good terms with the team after the fact. It wasn't until Adam inexplicably left Team.
You need me on Johnny Somali? I think there's enough people on that man. I know a little bit. I've seen the videos of him getting beat the fuck up in South Korea, which like good, deserved. Fuck that dude. But Johnny Somali, I think he got arrested again, right? Like he's in jail or being held custody. With that dude, it's like, for me, it's like a kind of like a kid, you know. I guess for me, I like covering absurd stories, and also ones that I think kind of deserve like a second look back of like, hey, what's actually happening here? You know, like did we really get all the facts right? When it comes to Johnny Somali, is anyone actually going to defend that guy? I don't think so, right? Like, who the fuck would defend that weirdo? And it's pretty cut and dry, and I don't know. Like, I think part of it is he plays into it. Like, he wants people to know what he's doing. So, honestly, I think the best thing that most of us can do, like, laugh at him, sure, but I don't really want to give him that type of attention. I think it's better that he just keeps acting like an idiot, and then, you know, eventually all that karma builds up and an actual charge gets brought forward and he's arrested for good.
Crafted in March of 2014 that more rumors would begin cropping up. With little to no explanation behind the decision, fans at the time ruled Adam must have been fed up with the recent commercialization of the team by their manager Matt Michelson, a theory later confirmed by Adam's ex-wife on Ask FM. Deadlocks left the very same day along with an animator by the name of Blue Monkey. Over the rest of that month, about 4 other members would leave Team Crafted for
this pretty much it was
reasons.
over. Like, and once you're gone, like once Adam's gone, what's really like that's what a lot of people are here for. I mean, Beijing Canadians got a pretty good audience too, but like if Sky's gone, like what else? Like all these other guys kind of like imagine the Vanos crew without Vanos. How long is that going to be sustainable? You know, like at that point, it's kind of over. Like maybe he's not your favorite member of the group. There's maybe other person, but he's the one that kind of brings the best out of all the others, right? So it's like once Sky was gone, there really wasn't much for Team Crafted.
The true explanation for the fall of Team Crafted is still up for debate, with some blaming Adam for leaving out of nowhere, and others pointing fingers at Beijing Canadian, who is said to have been responsible for allowing a manager to commodify the group of what was once just a bunch of friends having fun. Still, the infighting wasn't about to stop just because the group ended. As fans noticed, Adam and Mitch, Beijing Canadian, had stopped recording together all at once. In fact, the link to Mitch's channel had mystifyingly vanished from every single one of Adam's videos he was in. After recalling an early Twitter spat between the two, fans turned to a mutual friend of the pair who stated they just realized that they wanted different things, and they decided to not record or be friends anymore. It's very common for people to drift apart due to different wants. To this day, fans have never been able to know exactly what happened, and who's to blame, if anybody. According to one article, there is still unresolved drama, especially on Sky's side of things. It seems like we won't get the answers to the questions we've been asking for years, for now.
I think it's a legal case is why they have to keep that under
You
wraps.
have your own fucking Minecraft toys. That's pretty fucking cool.
Paycheck.
So I'm gonna skip through this. This is essentially Sky started building like a kind of media base at this point. Like you see, he's got his toy merch. He had an office and like actual employees. A lot of them working on like editing his videos while he's recording, doing all these other things. You know, trying to do more collaborative things. And around this time, he was really trying to kind of move away from Minecraft because I believe at this point, from his words, he explains that Minecraft was becoming kind of like a purely kid-friendly thing, and it didn't allow him to fully express himself the way he was. He felt like he always had to put on an act, and he just kind of wanted to like branch out, especially since the game itself was kind of losing popularity.
Nobody.
And now nobody.
Turning to a life of music, Adam transformed into the artist formerly known as Skydoesminecraft by adopting the alias Net Nobody, releasing a handful of lyric videos and songs not too dissimilar from what other YouTubers turned musicians.
And although maybe he wasn't aware of it yet, especially in retrospect, rebranding yourself on the internet, no matter how big your following is, holy fuck, is that a mistake? You know, like if the people know you as something, like, and you just completely rebrand, you change that, you're gonna have a massive drop off. And like, and because the fans that stick around, they're always gonna see you as the Minecraft YouTuber. People that have heard of you from your past are just gonna see you as the Minecraft. They're not gonna see you as this music artist. Like, it takes a lot to fully separate yourself from that. And again, like the only successful case I've ever seen that was Joji. And even then, when Joji quit, like he took quite a bit of time, and it still took time for him to build up his music career. You know, and just fortunately enough, like the type of music and the things that got spread, it was kind of a community outside of YouTube. It kind of like surpassed that. So for a lot of these guys, like it's not a good decision, like at all for business.
Have made in the past. There really wasn't anything too distinctive regarding Adam's new hobby. At least not until KSI got involved.
Coming to remind you what you said to me, KSI.
Don't be salty now. Maybe if you stopped trying to be a wannabe Post Malone and went back to playing with blocks, you'd be happy again.
What is it going to be like?
This is actually one of my favorite stupid dramas ever, is the Minecraft YouTuber versus KSI. Especially even nowadays with the new like KSI memes. I'm gonna let this play out, but when we get to the end, Jay Aubrey and I have a very different perspective of this, and maybe I am an apathetic asshole, but I don't think I think if anybody wants to like make the allegations that like Sky's an evil genius or something, just this section, use this and look at it from a certain perspective, and it'll actually support that claim.
When you get absolutely destroyed by a retired Minecraft YouTuber.
Haha. Don't disappoint me.
The world-renowned rapper, boxer, and more recently a sports drink entrepreneur was forced to a Twitter dispute after the Minecrafter unleashed a series of tweets.
Okay, sorry, side tangent. Prime is fucking disgusting. Just get Gatorade. Wow, what a hot take, right? That's not a cold take at all. But literally, I've never understood. Like, I saw everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, the Prime set." Prime is fucking disgusting. It's like you melted those firecracker popsicles in a fucking drink, and then you pissed in it, and then you let that process and sit like a fine wine for 8 years. That's prime is fucking disgusting. Dog shit.
Roasting JJ
Sorry.
for being
Sorry.
a bad artist, threatening to drop better bars than him on a diss track of their own entitled Diss Track Ed. The first of 2 singles Adam would use to ambush KSI that August. KSI wasted no time addressing the madness, going on to respond to Adam's disses on his own main channel in front of 17 million people.
Acting like you hard now, I'ma pull that mask down. I'ma take that gold crown that you wearing like a clown. Boy, you ain't no artist. Come in.
Wait. I'ma pull. Wait, what? Your subtitles are false. I'ma pull that mask down. I'ma take that gold crown. What? Make up your fucking mind. What clown wears a crown? I don't. What?
Apparently you. I like that line now. What clown wears a crown? I don't know, man. But when you go from the screen to the okay, I'm not gonna quote it. I'm sorry. I just lost all my fan base. So I'm sorry. Lost all my viewers. They're gone.
Rhymes with crown. Clown. Oh. Okay.
Threatening to ruin Adam's career, KSI began preparing a counter diss track, heightening the beef on Twitter by posting, I can't even show you.
What the fuck? Okay, this is actually funny.
After Adam planted a leak of their own upcoming track only a few days later, Deji and JJ reacted to it in the video titled Ha 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 Ha. You get it. It's a very abstract title.
What? No, what is this? What is this? How is this a response? I'm about to give him the diss track of his life, and he's just there going, yeah, He sounds depressed.
Logan Paul, crypto, and this, yeah, everything. So I totally realized my chat wasn't even showing up on my fucking phone, so I missed y'all. Let's see. Oh shit, KSI had a thing with the Minecraft YouTubers before, Dan. He did. KSI and Minecraft YouTubers, these are 2 things that, like, they connect together. There are more parallels than you realize. And again, Aubrey's gonna kind of come from the angle that he thinks KSI won this. I heavily disagree, and we'll get into it why, but I'll just let the section play out first.
This is where Adam vowed to drop their counter.
Also, he didn't really explain the whole Adam here going, oh, yeah, oh, a lot, and like even like the kind of how amateurish the diss tracks were. When you look at the tweets, like a lot of what Adam was saying was that he thought that like this diss track stuff and this YouTube drama was just kind of like silly. And it was in a way his own, like it was supposed to be ironic of like, this is how like I view, even though there's like points, and he actually made this, which I wish Aubrey pointed out, that Sky had commented on this, and he admitted that like, yeah, these are mostly just memes, kind of shit posts, but like even though there's some truth to what I'm saying in this, for the most part, this is me just goofing on people that take diss tracks seriously, or like all this all this kind of like YouTuber beef, because I think it's silly. And so especially when you get to the oh yeah, that's just kind of like the final phase of like, I'm not taking this serious, like I'm not actually trying to dismantle you, I don't really care. So he's kind of trying to make it seem like, I just don't think he did like good enough job kind of showing that like this didn't really mean a lot to Adam. He was kind of just fucking around, and if you like were kind of involved back then too, it was very clear this didn't mean much to him. He was just having fun. So this wasn't like an actual beef in his mind, you know?
Counter diss track on KSI the very same day as him, which probably wasn't the best idea in hindsight, seeing that KSI went to extreme lengths to make sure Adam was in fact ruined, making the beef especially personal by firing off a lethal set of bars alluding to Adam being an abuser, a wife beater, and a deadbeat father, even calling out the mother of Adam's son as the final nail in the coffin. Even after all these years, I gotta admit, KSI kinda took the fucking W.
No. I disagree. So there's a lot of information that wasn't covered in here. All right. And I feel like it's time. we'll get into this. So, KSI versus Adam, or Skydoesminecraft. So like I said, he wasn't taking it seriously at first. And on top of that, some people say he was a actually, let me see if he actually says why. Let me play it out first. Sorry. Once we get to the timestamp, I will break down, or even Adam versus Elisa. Yeah, the Adam versus Elisa shit. Sorry, this is kind of important background. My bad. It's just kind of done in a out of order way.
This was more than just music.
Yeah, I shit the fucking bed once. Like, well, twice, actually. I did it again in this new relationship. It was awkward. But, like, this shit happened to me. Because if I don't disprove this, then I'm leaving a fucked up legacy for my son. And I'm not gonna let that happen. I did so much for her. I paid her through beauty school. I just wanted her to succeed in life, even when she was at her lowest. Before she met me, she was, like, fucking underweight. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing with her life, and all I wanted for her was to find her goddamn purpose.
Adam was finally facing what would become the first of many damning allegations against their character. Although it wasn't taken too seriously and didn't last long, because after a few more Twitter exchanges and a subtle sneak diss on a future KSI track, the two seemed to be on pretty good terms by 2020. Regardless of how brutal KSI's language was, the situation only served to amplify Adam's music career and revived a brand that had been faltering for the past couple of years. Sure, it may have been in a negative light, but Adam was finally being talked about again. And at the time, that's all that really mattered.
And I appreciate everybody sticking along with me during my, I guess, path to self-discovery. I know that it's no secret anymore that me and Elisa have separated, and, you know, along with that, we have a kid, so there's a lot of things happening on the personal end of the spectrum that makes things a little bit difficult and, you know, makes things a lot harder for me.
Adam's life had changed drastically between 2014 and 2017. After breaking up with the mother of their child, Elisa, in January, the two would be involved in a series of public spats regarding what seemed like personal relationship issues.
Yeah.
Adam making very serious allegations against Elisa.
Sorry, this all, like I said, I'm gonna be quite a lot of this, all of this plays into what I'm gonna go into, is the, primarily, even though it's like KSI versus Sky, I think what's more important was, the reason why I don't think KSI necessarily quote unquote won, like Aubrey said, is the 5D chess, the fucking Death Note Light Yagami strategy, the evil genius Adam fucking pulled over his ex-girlfriend. Whether or not you think one of them is better than the other, I don't care. We'll get into that soon.
Consideration, chalking Adam's behavior up to a manic episode and claiming they needed help. Despite everything, the couple would get back together by March of 2017. Only for a short period of time though, as it wouldn't take long for Adam to go on yet another Twitter rampage in June, publicly accusing Elisa of chronic cheating, mental and physical abuse. This would later be recontextualized by Elisa herself in 2022, claiming the reason behind her arrest was because she had finally retaliated against Adam abusing her. According to her, after Adam cornered her and screamed in her face that they would do everything to make sure the court saw her as an unfit mother, she punched Adam in the neck and was taken into custody shortly after. When the cops showed up, Elisa was terrified that telling the truth would cause Adam to lose their job, and thus would leave no one fit to take care of Mason, their son. And as a result, she spent her son's first Easter in jail, all because Adam refused to send bail money. For 5 whole days, Elisa sat alone in the jail cell, all for defending herself against Adam's alleged reprehensible behavior.
Again, I don't like how this is being painted. I don't agree with how this is being painted. Because I'm not saying Sky or Adam is a good person or that he's completely justified in what happens. But if you think Elisa is any type of decent person when we really break it down, or that you can take her at her word, I think that is a brain dead behavior and you're not thinking critically enough if you just think you could just trust everything Elisa says.
Over the coming years, Adam was able to use this as leverage over Elisa, even attempting to dox her over the incident, which Adam basically already did back in 2017 with their ex-fiancée Dawn, encouraging fans to look up their residence in an attempt to somehow prove innocence.
If you want to see if there's any like merit to the claims with Dawn, if like I was abusive or anything, the house that I lived at was go ahead and check my name on that, see if there's any arrest records, or go ahead and see if there's any, I guess, proof that there was anything really crazy that happened.
Again, all this does play a role.
Do the information yourself. Find it yourself.
I don't want to get too far into the new wave of allegations, though, before first setting the stage for Adam's alleged behavior. Because the truth is, those in Adam's life have been speaking out for years without being taken seriously.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there for now. In fact, I don't even know if the rest of the... Yeah, I think this is a good spot right here. So I need to set a stage for you guys. So just give me 1 second, because I think the way that was portrayed is not entirely accurate and somewhat biased. So allow me to be biased the other way. And give you a much better look here, all right? Or maybe a different perspective, perhaps. Let me just pull up this. Can I loop this? I would love to just loop this scene right here. I'll just have to keep pressing the beginning. All right. We're getting into Death Note territory here, boys, all right? Let's see. That's not good. What the fuck? I thought that was the song I wanted. Competition. Let's see. I need a RuneScape song for this. That, like, actually sounds like a fighting song. God damn it. 1 second. OSRS. Like a fighting song. Who knows? Let's see. What can we get? Battle music. Yeah. I'll take that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Strap in, boys! Y'all don't even realize what's gonna happen. Alright. So I just need to set the stage here. So, he's got a wife, right? Some serious nonsense, known as Elisa. And, they don't... Fuck! It disappeared on me! There we go. Alright. Back to the beginning. Okay. So here's what people don't understand about this story. So, he gets separated from his wife Elisa. Okay, that's the first thing here. He gets separated from his wife Elisa, and then now they're gonna have a custody battle over their kid. Now, I'm not saying Elisa is like maybe the worst person, but think about it this way. He's having this silly bout, this feud with KSI, and so how does this response come out? KSI partners with the wife, right? Or the ex-wife, to make fun of Adam. And now you think, oh, they're getting back at... What type of mental... I'm just gonna have to replay this, I'm sorry. What type of mental state do you have to be in to say, oh yes, I'm having this legal battle with my ex-husband over the custody of our children? What's a good idea? I don't know. Making a diss track with some YouTuber over some silly beat. I don't think that comes from the mind of a reasonable person, or even a mentally well person. And this is why I don't trust Elisa, okay? And this is why I think fucking Adam was super smart about this. What does he do with this situation? He's dealt with a situation where this girl, Elisa, the mother of the child, who they're going to be in a custody battle with, pretty much, you know, like the mother typically gets custody. How can he outplay her? All of this is at a disadvantage. He takes the diss track that KSI used with Elisa and uses that in court as his way of defense. And because of that, he even tells them how when Elisa did this to him, right? When he did this diss track, she had to leave her child behind to do it. I think he got a day of custody and the other 2 days they were with family or something. So now he's got all this evidence that he's stacking up against them, right? All this crazy fucking evidence. And it ends up getting him, at the very least, I believe he was able to see his child twice a month or something like that. He was able to at least have custody of his kid for a certain duration of time. So he turned a stupid internet feud into evidence. Like, he went on Keemstar, had this emotional bout, everyone was on his side. Oh, Elisa's a bitch, oh, she's awful. And then after that, he gets to use the proof of the physical abuse that happened when she hit him in the neck. And she's trying to say, oh, I was defending myself. I'm sorry, Elisa. Where were the bruises on you? Where was the physical abuse? Where did it happen? I don't see it. You know, all I see is a charge. A convicted charge where you physically assaulted Adam and tried to take custody away from his child. And what did he do? He fucking used all the shit you tried to do to get him, all the shit to get real personal, and he used it against you so that he could actually see his fucking kid. I don't know about y'all. That's some fucking big brain plays that not many people could get through. So, did KSI really win when Adam wasn't even there for the internet drama, but he used it to get back the custody of his child? I'm gonna just say, that's an Adam W right there. That is Skydoesminecraft absolutely light Yagami'd the fuck out of his ex-girlfriend. I keep again, like look at like Elisa, where she's at when all this is happening. She's trying to say, oh, Adam doesn't take care of his kid. Here, I'm gonna leave. If Adam was so bad, so awful to his child, why did you allow your child to stay with him for over a day just so you could do some shoot with a Minecraft or so with a YouTuber, with KSI? Why would you do that? Wouldn't you want him to never be around his child if he truly is that abusive, that manipulative? Or were you probably trying to get a one-up on him? Did you really care about him? Like, I'm just saying, I don't know. Now, I'm not painting this like Adam's a good person. He's like light, evil genius. He just saw the situation for what it was and took advantage of a bad situation. And I have to say, fucking smart. And that's the thing too. When all this happened, she got butthurt, and she was the one that, like, accused him of all the abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, whatever. So what did he do? Because it was the same with Dawn before that, was, okay, they're accusing him of abuse. So what did he do? He showed receipts, and the way, like, Jay Aubrey, like, and again, I understand, like, in hindsight why he's doing this. When he's saying, like, oh, he doxed them as, like he doxed them thinking that was evidence. He showed the criminal records. He was basically like, if you look up the criminal records under our names, which is under this address, it is still doxing. So I'm not going to defend that. So I'm not going to defend that. But he showed receipts. He showed proof that I have never had a charge where I've hit this person, where I've done any of this, right? Now look at the charges against me. Again, when we get into the document, it's going to say that he was like an evil genius and he set this up. And I'm not even going to deny that. That might be the case. But that's why when it comes to this KSI versus the Sky drama, I think he played everyone like a fucking book. And, you know, maybe I should be like, oh, that's morally reprehensible. Nah, bro. Fucking legend. Fucking legend. I have to respect that. That's insane. That's crazy. Anyway, I might skip. Like I said, if you want to watch the rest of this video, it is linked in the description. The rest of it goes into the fallout with Sky Media, the allegations he has against Liz Buggy, which was, I think, the third relationship he had, one that wasn't public, and also versus Ross, like another fellow kind of like business worker and friend. I think instead of just kind of watching at what was said or what's being paraphrased, it's going to take a long time, so if you don't want to get through it, that's fine. I would just recommend watching the video. It's very informative. That's really the only thing I had with the video I wanted to dismantle, was this notion that like Elisa was somehow perfect, or like she was ultimately manipulated. I can't really take Elisa at her word, because I feel like actions speak louder. So when you have a woman who's saying that this person is neglectful and awful to her children, but then she keeps her child with that person alone so that she can do some YouTube drama against her ex-husband as a burn to make him feel like shit. I can't look at a person like that and really take them at their word. I can't say like, oh, this seems like a credible source. And when there is a criminal charge against them for physical abuse and not the other person, it's hard for me to believe it at face value. Now, the issue is, if it was just her, I would say, nah, she's a liar, whatever. I'm not saying everything she said was a lie, because when we look into this, there are a lot of allegations, and they come from pretty much everyone. It's not just Elisa. But for Elisa, I have to take it with a grain of salt because of how she acted and what there is criminal charges for, if that makes sense. Moving into this was kind of what started it. So this was 2022. I would say up to this point, Adam had some issues and whatever, but for the most part, no one really had a strong issue with him. No one was against him. Most people were in favor of him, like up to this point. And then this girl, Elizabeth, or Liz Buggy, Dear Adam Dahlberg, aka Nate Nobody, aka Skydoesminecraft, it's time that everyone knows the truth. I'm tired of letting you get away with this. The police know. Putting the evidence below since it won't upload appropriately. So this is an entire document called Dear Adam, The Truth About You. And, oh no. That response is wild. What the fuck? Okay, see, I'm not gonna defend Adam or anything, right? That's unhinged or base, depending on your perspective. Just calls her the N-word. But here it is. I don't know how long it is, so I don't know if we'll get through the full thing. But I wanted to kind of read into it, and like I said, we have like a whole past here. I mean, we can even, you know, uses YouTube drama to gain custody of child, lots of drama and business, disputes with friends. Even though we didn't really see it in the video, I'm not sure if he really goes through it. Constant shifts in content and behavior, because what he didn't really go through is when Sky did the Dent Nobody thing, and then after that he goes into like Sky does everything. Sky would constantly jump back and forth on saying, oh, I want to be like not kid friendly anymore. Oh, I'm going to be kid friendly again. I'm not going to be kid friendly. He would keep jumping back and forth, and I believe that a lot of it was oh, am I going to value this money or this fame? Am I going to keep like my image up? It's hard to do, like, you know, it's wearing on me. I can't act like it. Do I want to be myself? He would kind of keep falling back and forth. So you would see the constant shifts in his content and his behavior and his overall mental well-being. He would have meltdowns too on live streams, things like that. So it's not like he's the most stable person, obviously. So we got like a few things to work off there that we have seen, or at least that has been documented on. And so here is the document in full. We're just going to kind of read through it, see if there's any evidence that corroborates it. I think I saw a video that's down here, so we can kind of see how that helps, if it does, and just kind of, I don't know, well, see how it paints this picture. Because like I said, it's mostly testimonials, so a part of it is kind of difficult to just take at face value. But here, let me put some music in the background too, just so we can, just some background music. This actually, before we get into this, I'm gonna take like a minute break just because I don't want my voice to immediately give out. So let us do this background, and we'll do a text thing here real quick. Sorry, thank you guys so far for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's do this, and we're just gonna say be right back. Whoops, didn't mean to switch that. Where's the be right back text? There we go. Move this, do this. Sorry, the lovely formatting, am I right? Okay, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I was just got myself a glass of orange juice. Let's see here. What can I move? Move this. Close this out. Bring up the track. Turn it down a little bit. And then, where should we put this here? I want to make sure all the formatting is correct. So we're like I said, read through it, maybe write some notes. Oh well, these are all my other, all my other ones usually, all my other little scenes here. Let's see. I think the read one is what I want. And also let me remove this text. Sorry about that. There we go. So let's move this so it's like right there. So you can see it properly. Hopefully that's coming in good. Dear Adam, the truth about you. It's the document made on iCloud pages. Gotta love it. Do like 150. Yes, and then we just gotta slightly shorten this. All right, there we go. There's a format. Okay, strap down, boys. This is gonna be a read for sure. And then just make sure my settings are all being shown here. Perfect. And that. Okay. So this is the document. This was made by Elizabeth on Sky. Again, this was 2 years ago. So we'll see how it stands, where it's at. The general consensus was most people like were in belief of her or in support of her. Again, there were a lot of other testimonials that corroborated her accounts. A lot of them being people like Deadlocks, Ross, other people involved in Sky's life and within his business suit. There wasn't really anyone that was in defense of Sky, if I remember correctly. So I guess if anything corroborates it, there would be that. But I really want to look at what's being said and if there's anything to kind of help support that notion. So, all right. Trigger warning, assault, abuse, blood trauma, pregnancy. Alright, Adam Dalberg. I'm going to do my best to be the voice. Actually, let me get my mouse out here. I'm going to do my best to be the voice you have taken from so many. You hurt, you abuse, you manipulate, and you lie. You are a sick man. I spent months and months loving you with my whole entire being. I spent thousands of dollars just to come live with you. You made promises you didn't want to keep, but promises you made to manipulate my life so you could be in control. You use your fame, your name, and your platform to hide disgusting and disgraceful things that you claim not to do. You not only verbally abused and degraded me, the mother of your second child, you traumatized me and put me through things no one should have ever have to experience. You hurt me for so long, and I'm tired of feeling afraid of you and what speaking up may bring. I had to tell people you weren't abusive, because whether I said you were, you would harass me and say horrible, horrible things. You were so unkind. I do not wish for anybody to have mental health struggles, nor do I wish for somebody, even you, to have such severe struggles. I wanted nothing but to love you and to help you heal. You informed me you were only bipolar and possibly on the spectrum, which was never a problem to me. That is not the case. What you hid from me is the dangerous human you were capable of being, the person you are overall. 95% of the relationship you hid, 95% of our relationship you hid me. You refused to want people to know my name or know about me at all. You avoided it at all costs, saying it was to protect the relationship. You refused to even let me talk about the baby publicly as if it was irrelevant and that you didn't care. I wasn't ready for the baby. I spoke of always wanting one, but continuously told you I wasn't ready, nor was I financially in a place to have a child. You squeezed my body and were nearly begging me to let you get me pregnant, saying stuff like, please, please, I want another kid. I want to have I have the money. I want another kid because Elisa keeps me from being the father I dream of, and much more. When I started to get uncomfortable, you tried to stop the intimate moment. You pressured me into letting it happen. You didn't stop, and I felt forced, saying fine, while clearly uncomfortable. Cried myself to sleep. When I told you I was actually pregnant, you were like, you had the oh cool face and a slight smirk, as if you got what you wanted all along. At the time, I was just oblivious. I thought I was just overthinking everything. I continued to pretend everything was fine. So it's kind of like the opener here. I think a few things to note, because like a lot of these are just going to be like, you know, word of mouth. He said, she said. I think if there's anything to be, as I was reading, I was thinking about this. Let's see here. 95% of the relationship you hid me. You refuse to want people to know your name and about me at all. So this is true, and this can be looked at like a few different angles. You could say he was hiding her because he didn't want the abuse to be known, but I mean, again, if you look at Dawn or Elisa, typically whenever his relationship was public, something bad always happened, or you know, there was always all this drama, and there was this like kind of like spotlight put on him. And maybe it was true that he was abusive to these women, and now he just wanted to make sure that wouldn't happen again. But I do believe there's another perspective that could be had if we're looking at, in all fairness, that putting together, 1 second. It's kind of hard for me to talk seriously with the do-do-do-do. Maybe RuneScape music wasn't the move. My bad. But, you know, like, and I think with a lot of celebrities or certain people, kind of putting that in the spotlight, having, you know, your relationship kind of public and full, there's benefits to it. There's, you know, media attention, people, but if that relationship doesn't go well, or if things happen, I could understand why Adam would want his third relationship after having, you know, his first relationship end and needing to basically pay her all this money in a car so that like they wouldn't have this weird social media fallout. And then Elisa, where that just kind of blew up in his face, was in custody of his child, this weird diss track shit. Like, I could see him wanting to hide it for reasonable reasons, if that makes sense. Like, if we're looking at it from a rational standpoint, I believe there are reasonable reasons to hide that from the public. I don't think that in itself is insane. When she said that he said that he was bipolar and on the spectrum, this is true. There are videos of Adam testifying that he is bipolar, that he was on the spectrum. I don't know if he said it was directly autism or not, but these are like all, like everything he said so far, like that in itself, there's no claims that can be like immediately disproven, I'm pretty sure. And you know, and like the rest of this, a lot of this, like I said, I mostly filler from what I can see of like just kind of a testimonial up to this point. Throughout our relationship, you were always on your phone, always hiding messages, having separate texting apps, deleting conversations. You tried to pressure me into letting you be poly with your friend and degraded me when I told you it was not my thing. I'm not comfortable with that. You just like cheating. You like feeling better than everyone else, and you want people to do whatever you say. You not only cheated on me, you did it several times before I even moved in with you. I found all the conversations, all the emails, everything, and showed I was just a trophy to you, just an object for the shelf. So that's like a pretty big statement, right? Saying that like I found the conversations and all the emails. Maybe we'll see it later in this document, but from everything I researched, there hasn't been any screenshots or physical evidence or anything corroborating this claim. And this is something that could be, if she found them all, why is that not being shared? Maybe it does get shared, but from when I looked at this the first time around, like kind of like a quick kind of brief read, I didn't see any of these conversations ever shared. So like, and Elisa, like Elisa would accuse the second girl, Elisa would accuse Adam of cheating, Adam would accuse Elisa of cheating, right? Neither really had these substantial evidence. This kind of all seemed like a personal thing between their relationship. So this whole like him wanting to be poly, wanting to cheat, loves cheating. I feel like there should be some form of evidence of him flirting with girls, of him, and I haven't seen that, at least from what I've looked into. So maybe I'll find that, you know, I gotta go maybe through like a forum thread, this and that, see what is there. But like I said, so far only testimonials. You made me propose to you. I kept telling you it was too soon, kept saying I wasn't ready. You would reply, "You're literally pregnant," as if you don't care how I told you I wasn't ready for that either. You continuously pushed it. I kept saying I'm not ready. You even tried convincing me to let you buy my unborn baby. You said word for word, "If you don't want her, I'll just give you like $100 grand or something." Okay, that is true. I don't know if it'll show. I did see a video of this. There is a legitimate video of him. He's walking out in the street at night, and he's like, "If you don't want her, I'll just give you like 100 grand or something." So there was that, but I don't know what that alludes to. Like, does that mean at this point they were not together? I would have to assume so if if they're talking about custody of the child or having the child. You act like your kids are just objects. You haven't had any kind of money in years. You kept pushing me and even made me order rings and made me sit down and engage myself to you. I was heartbroken, and my dreams of marriage were beyond crushed. You made the announcement on Twitter that you said yes. You didn't mention how it was forced. Why didn't I leave? Why didn't I run as fast as I could? Because I was scared. You treated me and everyone as peasants, and you would use your popularity against us. And, okay, like, take it for what you will. I want to see something to cooperate it, but at least when it comes to the popularity, there may be some claims about it. Like, a lot of people were on his side for a long time. But again, typically, even if it was bare minimum, oftentimes if he had a claim, he had something to back it up. Like when he said that he was physically abused, there is a case of physical assault on him. So there's something to corroborate it, right? Like there's something there. You stole money from companies just to buy drugs and never do work. I had to pull thousands of dollars. I needed food and bills out of my ass just to pay back those individuals and pay bills with what I was left. They were so kind about it. I was scared. I wanted so badly to slip them notes saying I'm afraid. I felt so numb. I wanted to die. I was ready to take myself to the hospital. I'm gonna like kind of paraphrase or like read quickly to see if there's anything, because a lot of this, not saying this didn't deeply affect her, but a lot of this is kind of, if I'm gonna look at this from a rational, not an emotional standpoint, a lot of filler of like, I felt scared. I felt depressed, or like I felt bad, and it was it sucks if it's true, but I need to see something that's showing what did he do, and what evidence is there to corroborate. What other testimonials are there, stuff like that. So at your stable moments, sleep deprivation is so dangerous. You didn't even care even in your stable moments. So I would beg and cry just to be left alone. I was tired. Things like these, I could totally see happening, and we'll see why in a minute. But there's claims like that. I knew for a while I wanted to leave. I just never knew how. So feeling stuck. Constantly felt dumb. Told myself I deserved it all for not walking away sooner. Bitch about things you would ask me to do. You love eggs and cheese and pasta. Okay. You would constantly bitch about me for doing things you asked me to do. I made you eggs and pasta, delicious pasta. I handed it to you and you threw it to the table saying, why the fuck would you make that? Okay, so he's mad, throws a tantrum because the food doesn't go together. Here, let me bring back the That's where I'm at right now. It's constantly asking you to spend time with me. So stoked to go baby shopping. Stoked to go baby shopping. You want nothing. So like, there's kind of behaviors in here where I always like, maybe there just isn't enough to really kind of grasp it, but it's like a. She said she wasn't ready for a child. She wanted the child, but she wasn't ready. She felt forced. But she's also excited to go baby shopping. He was excited to have a baby, but then he wasn't. And then he was, and then he wasn't. I mean, I could see that being he was, bipolar, which by his own admission. But there's like a lot of back and forth where I'm like, bitched at me for not being able to move a washing machine that weighed 200, 300 pounds. I was pregnant. Never allowed to stand up for myself. If I had an anxiety attack, you would call me a baby and degrade me. Yet you would get emotional and accept everyone to bow down at your feet and feed you, love, and support you on a gold platter. Abusing drugs. I would smoke noon. You made me take care of your child, Elisa, your mom, and I did everything. I admire the amount of amazing things that Elisa did. This is also like, and again, different people. I don't know. All I could say is, I can't, like I said previously, I explained why I can't fully trust Anissa at her word and the things that she brought up, because let's be real, all of these people to a degree are mentally unstable, right? And they're all going to see it from a certain perspective in their own mind. But to kind of like put Elisa up as if she was like not in any way like at all at fault for some, again, even if it was, oh, she got emotionally pushed to it, she punched him in the neck, she physically assaulted him, she made fun of him and shat all over him on a YouTube diss track, meanwhile trying to say that he was gonna be abusive to the child or wasn't good for the child, yet she left the child with him. Like, really? I can't, again, I don't think that Sky is innocent, by the way. Like I said, there's going to be some videos coming up that I think help with the story, but it's like, I can't really, in good faith, say that, like, he's innocent. You know, I don't know, I just can't. I can't do it. I mean that, like, he's fully, like, not that he's just innocent, but, like, that these people are innocent, too. Like, it's like I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle on this. You chose to leave out things you caused. You would make me or your mother bring your child back and forth visits. You spent more time with their sweet boy 3 months into the year, only post father when it was convenient for you. You have also assaulted and sexually harassed several women. Okay, right, huge claim. Huge claim. And I really just want to see, is there a criminal record there? Is there a physical record? Did these women, I think some of these women get, like, what was their testimony? What did they have to say about it? Like, that's something I've been really desperately trying to kind of look for when covering, because it, like I said, it's so much testimonial, a lot of testimonial. We just got past the first fucking page. I don't know if we'll get through the whole thing, right? I think we may skip throughout, and I'm gonna do this on my own time. But even just like reading through, it's like, these are huge fucking claims. What is it backed by? Because her thing is even pay them off hundreds of thousands of dollars to protect your perfect little image. Now, to be fair, something that could corroborate that is with Dawn, when they broke up, he did give her money in a car so that she would delete her social media and that no drama would happen. So there is something like that. And then you paid a girl to keep quiet years ago because you almost got her pregnant and you didn't care. You sent nudes to You sent nudes to young girls. Get nudes to young girls. Is it the language? How young were they? Was it criminal? Was it illegal? Do these girls still have the photo? Like, what is there? You never asked for ages because you didn't care. If they walked, you talked. And really, like, you never asked for ages. If they like, she is accusing him essentially of pedophilia, or essentially of, so long as they walked, you talked. Like, you're the claim here is essentially as long as they could walk, which is most people walking, you know, by the age of 1, 2, or 3 years old. There's a lot of, like, fucking, it's vague, right? Like, I don't know, is it just me? Or does it seem like a lot of, like, flowery language to make him look as bad as you possibly fucking can? Again, he's not a good person. I'm not even gonna pretend. It's not the first time you've done these things. You'd be surprised to what I've seen and found. You are extremely unfaithful. As soon as I left, you fucked my best friend, who I considered to be like a sister. That's another thing. Right there. If your best friend was willing to cheat on you with your boyfriend, if those are your types of friends, yikes. That's, again, I think you're all mentally ill. That's bad. Over the years, you failed to acknowledge how you'd pay young girls money for their time and attention. Cheating is gross. Elisa loved you, and you would cheat, manipulate, and lie when she'd defend herself. You would constantly spread rumors to Post Malone saying awful things about his character. Okay. Even though he was, you know, checking in on you and being extremely kind, he was even trying to help you out then from abusing drugs. This claim is wild. You tried cheating on me with fucking AI, artificial intelligence Twitter account. You would tell me how she is the only one that understands you. You would wake up in the middle of the night, talks about this AI, like, okay. Cheating on you with an AI girlfriend. That is... I don't know who the more mentally unstable one is at this point. That's fucking crazy! I wish there was... Oh man, even just for the funny, I want to see evidence. I want to see Sky with his AI Twitter girlfriend being like, everyone else in this world, but you're the only one that gets me, babe. She's like, 01001010. That's so crazy. Again, stop sleeping. Let's see here. I think we've got some claims that I kind of want to look for evidence, images within this doc, right? So let's try to establish something, right? He's abusive. A bit like I think the three things to focus on: abusive, assaulted and sexually harassed women, and that he didn't care about the ages. A lot of her backing, some of this will get backed, again, like a lot of the claims that are made, some of this will get backed, but the extreme cases saying that I saw all the emails of the girls you were talking about. I found all the conversations, all the emails. I'm gonna scroll through because I just want to see, is any of that shown in here, right? So let's like zoom out a little bit, because like the text is not going to show. So when she's saying that like she would cry, and here we can turn this down, when she's saying that like she was crying and that like he was treating her, you know, he's making light of her situation and her like her feelings, a part of that I can believe because there are some videos that corroborate it. This is one of them right here. Here, let me play it all the way through.
She's just sitting here screaming. Just because I asked her to send me back $100. Like, $200 actually. $222. And now she's screaming at me uncontrollably. Albert's just like fucking knocked out. He's like sleeping, big chilling, but she's just screaming at me.
I'm an awful person. It is, to be fair, it's kind of unhinged. If you've got a girlfriend, even if she's unstable, and she's crying, and you're recording her, and you're making jokes like, hey, yo, my dog's just chilling, but this dumb bitch is crying. Like, yeah, that's kind of unhinged. I'll give you that. Okay, Net Nobody. Don't cry or feel bad for what may happen next. It was planned. I love you. Threatening suicide. Adam would play with like depression and threatening suicide and self-harm. That is true. There is evidence of that. What is this an image of? Oh, are these all record? Am I able to see? Oh fuck! Is it the formatting that it doesn't allow us to see these? Cause like I want to fucking. Let me see if I can get the videos. 1 second. Adam, let's get the full name here. Adam Dahlberg. Let's look this up, everybody. The Adam Dahlberg document. See if there's any videos that help. None of this really works. Let's look at videos. Not quite. All of Skydoesminecraft. Let's see if that maybe hopefully the videos will be playable further on into here. because we got this one playing, and then these are like stacked on each other for whatever reason. Okay, and see, a little bit of virtue signaling here that I'm like, Okay, I also want to point out that I know Adam came out as non-binary, but he is by far one of the most judgmental and homophobic people I have ever met. He has frequently disrespected the LGBTQ community and disrespected POC. I do not begging you for money from anyone. I have a job now. I just hope y'all will listen. I provided all this info and proof, so hopefully someone will hear me and hear the voice that was silenced for too long. As for Adam, I hope you... So, I mean, he's used the N-word, don't get me wrong. Maybe he's made gay jokes. Claiming that, like, he's, like, extremely disrespected these community. I don't know. I see virtue signal. But also I come from a different perspective, so there's that, right? But let's see. Are you serious? Nope, you need to stop. Wendy is... Okay, here we go. Here's something. Something we can look at. Okay, before I play it, are you serious? This is her and Adam's the one on the left side here. Make sure this is looking right on the screen. Okay, are you serious? Nope, you need to stop. Wendy is sucking my dick last night. Doubt that. Just gonna play the video.
And right now. I don't respect you.
Then he sends the dinosaur emoji. Yeah, I could say a little unhinged. Now, would I say, is this evidence of cheating? It's some form of admission, I guess. Not really. Wendy is sucking my, like, you can tell it's a joke. It's not like she's actually there, at least. It doesn't seem like it. Now these videos, I remember him saying some kind of like unhinged shit. That's why I want to find it. I know it's in the... Here. Let me pull back up the video of Jay Aubrey. Really quickly. And we'll just kind of look at this one last thing. And then after that, I think we will play the song one more time for those who maybe didn't hear it. And then I think we can end it right there. I think that would be enough to really go through. But as you see, like I said, the document is primarily all testimonials. And I'm not the type of person to say testimonials mean nothing, because I don't believe that's true. I believe that, like, again, if stories are corroborated, and to point out, there were a lot of people that were like supporting Elizabeth's like what she was saying, what was happening. And it's not that she didn't have evidence at all. There were a lot of text messages that would go through, but it was really between them. And that was my issue, was I did not see a lot of videos or any of the evidence of her saying, like, basically of Adam texting other girls and saying that like that the girl, like, oh, she was young or whatever. So that's what I kind of want to get to. There are some court dates that pop up, so, you know, like I said, I'll do the full research before I come out with the video. But let's just find, why is the video not popping up? There it is.
Just remember Adam, that was good Adam, okay?
Just remember the good Adam. Okay. Adam versus Ross. Not really important. He goes through the document. So like I said, it's a mix of two things. Like, some of it I think is useful, and there's other parts that, like, was this necessary? Was this helpful to the, like, anything? I don't know. It's really hard. That's why this has been the hardest part of the video for me to make, is like, I can't really gain an accurate conclusion of, like, do I think he's a good person? Probably not. Again, like, what did we have written down? Both, he had a very hard home life. Both his parents were gone. His adopted mother was a drug addict. He himself became a drug addict. This is also even shown through a lot of videos and a lot of more recent stuff. there was a lot of like religious zealot shit that goes through in the allegations, and a lot of that I could actually believe, or I think is corroborated, because when Sky came back, he did say that like, oh, he found God, or like all the spiritual. So he had this weird like spiritual language he was using that corroborates a lot of that as evidence as well. So there's a lot that goes in there. Let's see if I can find, and then this, and then where's my stream here? It's not popping up. Sorry, 18 tabs, and I'm a fucking old man when it comes to this shit. Hope you love staring at dirt.
Literally pregnant, even though she told Adam she wasn't her own for unborn mess because he wouldn't let me at this point. 16, yanking her out of bed by her arm. Adam put the couple about $7,000 in debt.
So okay, here's some pictures. There's something.
Money on candy, drugs, and things a pregnant mother just can't eat. Seeds to back up her many claims, of which the police themselves had provided her, including a video taken by Adam, reportedly begging Liz for her last $200 she intended to spend on food.
Yeah, we saw that.
Wanted it for candy and drugs.
So there's some things, but there's a lot where she says, I have all the emails, I have all the receipts. And I think when I read through the document too, something she said was, I had all the voice messages too, but then you made me delete them. And I'm like, I could see that, but for the overwhelming amount of claims that are being made, painting him as like a really awful person, it's hard for me to take it at face value. And especially when you're putting Elisa on a pedestal, and there's plenty of evidence to show Elisa is not a fully trustworthy source. And then you're saying like, oh, by the way, he hates gay and black people, right? It's like, how is that relevant to what's being said here? Like, I don't think she's a full-blown liar, because again, she does have a lot of things that help corroborate her story, but there's other things that are implemented in it where I'm like, the lack of evidence and the severity of the claim, and also a lot of the claims not really having relevance to really what's happening at all. Like, it's like a, like, again, the whole like, oh, by the way, he hates gay people and POCs, that to me sounds like you're trying to get people on your side, and you're trying to get a community on your side, and that I have a hard time taking seriously.
And memes in the face of an emotionally
And right now, I'm just busted.
The alligator followed very former Sky Media.
Thought it was in this video, but I'm looking at like the timeline. I don't see those other videos. So again, if there is, I'll link them below. So if you're like confused, don't know, check back in a couple days. If it exists, if the video exists, I'll put it down there. But hopefully I can show you guys. Hopefully this paints some picture as to why I'm having a fucking conundrum researching this, and I'm trying to be fair. You know, I don't want to just shit on one side completely. I don't want to completely say, oh, all these women are liars, they're just trying to bring him down while he's already down because they're just bitter exes. I'm not trying to say, oh, you know, Sky is basically Hitler. Like, I think a lot of these people were emotionally unstable, they were mentally ill. I'm sure some abuse was gone one way or the other. I don't deny that, but I just feel like there is a full picture that isn't being shown, and it really makes it difficult for the video that I'm kind of making, because it's really just covering Minecraft YouTubers who had meltdowns, and the only thing I can really come to a strong conclusion was Sky himself is emotionally unstable, and he is a drug addict, and at this point in his life, I don't believe, in the way he responded to a lot of these claims, I don't believe he is a stable enough person to stay on the internet or to be trusted on the internet. At the very least, I do believe that. I do believe he's better off without the internet and all this stuff. You know, I think he'll do far better if that's where he ends up being, and from here, I don't know where else he could go. But, you know, that's about what I have to say from what I've researched. Hopefully something more conclusive will come, but it's difficult in these stories, in these situations. But I guess we'll have to leave it at that, huh? For everybody who showed up, thank you. I appreciate it. I know this like second half of the stream was probably a bit harder to follow, or a bit harder to kind of get invested in, but just kind of trying to show the difficulty of this, like going through this, and hopefully the beginning was at least entertaining. I want to add some funnies to it, and we'll go back to it again. Skydoesminecraft, aka Net Nobody, the Wife Beater album, coming soon to Spotify or SoundCloud or to a station near you.
Yo, it's not nobody, aka Skydoesminecraft. Let's do this shit. I've been over my knees. Better respect me. All I do is smoke weed and leave your dog out to freeze. You may know me for loving that butter, but when I'm not on the craft, I'm using the cutter. I'm emotionally damaged, but I think I can manage. Bleed on her when she tries to bandage me. Bitch, make me a sandwich. All my exes are hoes. They be cheaters, they be liars. They just jealous of my fame. Watch my shit on story fire. I hate all the slander, I still hate squids. Fuck you, Elisa, just let me see my kids. I've been her over my knees. Better respect me. All I do is smoke weed and leave your dog out to freeze. Try to get me canceled, but these bitches can't ban me. Please give me $200 for drugs and candy. Oh, I'm sorry bitch, did I upset you? Laugh at your ass in a voice message, cause I don't respect you. Yeah, it's true, I beat her dog, I can't lie, but I can't help it, I'm autistic and she has sex with KSI. I'm high as a kite, I'm on the top of life. I'm the CEO of beating my wife. I'll bend her over my knees. Better respect me.